I feel exactly how this guy feels.
Keep in mind also, the thing that really bothers me about all these people, car insurance, credit card, landlords, fucking everybody, the utility company, the water company, they all speak to you as though you are voluntarily doing this, as though they are doing you a favor. I don't want to pay for any of this shit. I don't want to do any of this. I didn't ask to do any of this at all. I didn't ask for it. I didn't even have to be fucking alive. I don't want to do this. I don't want to pay my car insurance. I don't want car insurance. I don't want to give you my new driver's license. I don't want to fucking do that, but I have to for some fucking reason, because for some fucking reason, in order to be alive, you have to pay 20 different people $200. And you have to keep reciting random digits of numbers. Everything about being alive is just fucking numbers over and over again. Important numbers for this, important numbers for that. You gotta type in this password, you gotta type in this number, you gotta type in this thing, and if you get it wrong, you're gonna go to jail.
Yo, what's happening? It's your boy Papa Duck back with another video. And before I kick it off, I just want to say thanks to all you guys that went to ubuntuapparel.com. The information is in the description of this video. Thank y'all so much. And double salute to all my subscribers, right? All my members, subscribers on YouTube. Thank y'all so much. Now, if you paid attention to the video I just showed you, I feel just how he feels, okay? Just how he feels. And the crazy part about it is this, right? No one asked of our consent. How do we feel about this? We were just born into a world where these things was already in place. And the people that's running this world, they've been doing this and had this in their families for a long time. We're talking about major families that has produced popes, right? Families that has massive riches and resources from the king days, when you saw the castle on Capitol Hill. Why do we have to pay this? Why do these people want to control us? And there's three things that they do to make sure this happens, right? Let's go down the line. I told y'all there's three things that'll never change, and this is why, right? The first thing is school, education. They have to brainwash you, or they have to download programs in your mind that make you comply without asking. Why do I have to pay this? Why do I got to do this? Why do I got to do that? So you have to go to school for 12 years. And each level of going to school, there's a different level of brainwashing. I told y'all, women's liberation, if you go look it up, right? The whole purpose of women's liberation was for two main reasons, right? When women wanted to vote and be equal as men, when biblically, it doesn't make sense, because you can't do without a man and a man can't do without a woman. Those two things are consolidated as one. It's just like a car with no tires. I don't care how much the motor costs, that bitch can't go nowhere without them tires. Everything's on that car consolidated, plays a role. But anyway, they fooled our women and promoted that women should be equal, women should vote, women had just as many rights, and women fell for it, right? This is the two things that made that, the two reasons why they did that. For one, only men was able to work at that time, right? Because this was during the industrial area going into where we're at now. But only men was able to work, meaning they only could tax half the world. They couldn't tax women, okay? This is when welfare was paid to women to stay home with the children, right? So a lot of people don't understand, welfare was really created for white women. It was for all women, but it was so many different stipulations that made black women disqualified for all types of different crazy reasons. That's another video. That's another. But we're just saying it. Now, women saying we need to vote, we equal, we this and that. Now that women can go work, women can vote, women are just as equal as men. Two reasons. Now they can tax the whole nation, because they can tax men and women. And the second main reason was, now this is how pre-K was invented. Now that the man is out of the house working, the woman is out of the house working, no one is there to teach or keep the children. And this is how they can get our children at a younger, an even younger age, put them in school and indoctrinate them for even a longer period of time. So they have to use education to make you dumb, deaf, and blind, right? Prepare you for the world for later on so you could be taken advantage of, right? 2, religion. Religion is one of those things that, like I say, makes the poor man not kill the rich man. The religion is what makes things make sense. If you go off the religion that they've given us, right? Oh, turn the other cheek, love thy neighbor, all the shit that they put in there that even the rich people don't do. Okay? You got to understand, you're living in a world where you'll go to jail for trying to feed the homeless. Trying to feed the homeless, you will go to jail. But this is a God-given, you're supposed to be all giving. You're supposed to be, righteous and all this. But you go to jail when you feed the homeless. And I told y'all why. When you feed the homeless, you're aiding them, meaning you're stopping them from going to jail and committing crimes. Why? Because everything's a business. Everything's a business. And I told y'all in Arizona, when they built the prison in Arizona, they signed a contract saying the prison will be at least a 97% occupancy at all times. 97% is going to be filled at all times, at least 97%. But when it fell below, they sued, right? They sued Arizona. And this is why, this is when you feed the homeless, you're aiding them, right? You're stopping them from committing crime. But religion is where we throw away logic. Like, when it comes to religion, no matter what's going on around us, God gonna make a way. You know what I'm saying? God gonna see to it this, that, and see to it as this. If you broke down what a belief was from a psychological standpoint, you will understand why they call it a belief. Now, another thing is this: in the psychology world, if you believe something, like, and I always using that example, if you believe there's a green leprechaun in my bathroom, and I tell you there's a green leprechaun there, even though you never saw it, there's no grave site that said this leprechaun existed, you worship it to the point where you go to a place every Sunday or whichever day, and you basically wrap your whole life around something that was told to you. In the psychology world, that means you have a mental illness. That means you have a mental illness, right? Like I said, a belief just means you accept something. So if you accept it, that's your responsibility. Nobody put a gun in your head. You believe it. So religion throws logic out the window. We've been living fucked up so long, and we live by what man say more than what God say. Because man has the ultimate machines to influence you and to market propaganda to you and to tell you lies, because they know you from a psychological standpoint. They know your behavior. They know how to they know how to promote forced behaviors and put you in an environment that aligns with that shit. The third thing is this: prisons, right? Prisons, and what people don't understand, when you put a child in an environment like today, surround them with all that rap music about killing and all that bullshit, promote these jitterbugs to the point they'll go out here, commit a crime, go to jail. Now, they only 20 years old, 17 years old, but they done caught 20 years. That's 20 years of free labor that they finna get from this child. See, it's not about, what it is this: how can we get cheap labor? That's all slavery was. Slavery was cheap labor. And now today, you could be black, white, blue, green, it doesn't matter. If your ass can't pay them bills every 30 days, remember, they print money, money's fake. But if you can't come up with the money that they say they come up with, even though they raise rent high or low, they raise this high or low, they know how much money is in the economy. But once CBDC hits, they're going to exactly know how much money is in the economy, because we're talking about programmable money at this point, right? So they'll know just how much money out there, because it's digital now. You can't hide no money no more. It'll be over with. So they can raise money higher or lower, which is even more control, to make sure that they know how much money you make. This is called redlining. Based off your credit score and how much money you make, you can only live in these areas, because your money won't allow you to live over here or over there. This is called redlining. Go look it up. I've done videos on it. So now, knowing you in these areas and you don't have the money to to pay these bills, you're gonna commit crimes. And once they cut all these programs and shit, food stamps, they cutting this, that's even more crime. And when you go to prison, it's just cheap labor. And all this labor, which I've done videos on, all this cheap labor is going to businesses like Walmart, Starbucks, Target, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. Go look it up. And I told y'all, it'd have been some different had they allocated prison work to small businesses, right? But they don't. You're talking about businesses that make billions of dollars because it's the rich against the poor. There's no more middle class. This is why you see some people now, they rallying and they talking now. Now they talking. 10, 15 years ago, they weren't doing it because that water hadn't rose above their heads. It's just the top against the bottom now. 3 things will never change: school, religion, and prison. And this is why. This is why. Now, I'm just scraping the surface. It does goes a little deeper than that when you're talking about think tanks. You're talking about socialism, capitalism, because capitalism just means to capitalize. That's all capitalism is. So the best thing about what's happening right now is that all races are paying attention, and they see black people ain't your problem. Mexican people ain't your problem. It's the ones at the top against the ones at the bottom. That's it. We are abiding by rules by Satanists. Motherfuckers who literally will use anything against you to stay in power. Give you your religion and tell you where you can and can't preach. I told you, I don't care if you're a preacher or not, you can't just go build a church without their permission. I told y'all the Vatican got his own money. The Vatican got his own real estate. The Vatican ain't what you think it is. But they're going to use that to make sure that you are staying in compliance, right? If your great grandma could come back and tell you anything, you know what they'll say? They lied to us, baby. All that shit they talking about is fake. But if you open your eyes, stop being scared, stop being fearful, because scarcity is a business. They make billions of dollars off scarcity. And most people don't think about that. The word disease, they make billions of dollars off of. The word germ, they make billions of dollars off of. You got to think, these are the same people that educate you. You don't know nothing. You only know what they teach you. If you're not going outside the box to learn on your own, you only know what they teach you. And like I told you, if everything you know is what you know, and that they taught you that shit. So everything you know is what you know, but really, what do you know? I'm gonna say it all the time. I tell y'all might hear me repeat shit, but I repeat it because I only have 12, 15 minutes with y'all. These people done been fucking over you your whole life. I can't compete with that. If it was up to me and I built schools, I would build schools to build nations, not to be a slave for America. We are all slaves. No matter what you do on American soil, you're working for their empire. I told you, if you're a school teacher, you help indoctrinating the children. You're getting paid to indoctrinate the children. If you work at a fast food joint, you're getting paid to serve chemicals. If you're a doctor, you're getting paid to just give out pills. You gotta open your eye, man. Stop being scared. This shit really common sense, dog. I feel like most people that's mentally in bondage or mentally in shackles mentally, some people because they want to be. Some people because that's all they know. They don't know nothing other than that. Some people because these belief systems that has been implanted in us, they can't get around those belief systems. I tell you right now, your body can heal itself. But you don't believe that because you haven't been taught that. Remember, the same people that taught you everything you know are the same people that taking advantage of you. So really, what do you know? You feel what I'm trying to tell you? Like, at the end of the day, you have to understand what I'm telling you, bro. It's just common sense. I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep on saying it. The enemy will never give you the tools and education to overthrow them. Doesn't make sense. This is why the same people that's been running the show from day one is still running the motherfucking show. Nothing has changed, and ain't nothing gonna change. Don't get mad at the messenger. I'm on y'all side. Make it make sense. So because of those three things, I feel homie. When homies say, why do we gotta pay $200 to 20 different people just to live? Remember, I told you, God would never bless you with money to buy shit that he put here for free. And I'm ready to argue with anybody because it don't make sense. And if you see that it do, or you feel like, oh, God did not create money. Man did. God's money is gold, silver, you know what I'm saying? Different minerals. Shit man can't create. They make money out of mint and motherfucking trees and whatever. That's their system. I told y'all, go look at the book. It should be in my description on YouTube. Go get the book. You can click. Matter of fact, I got a couple of books on my YouTube on this video that I list on all my videos. Go grab those books. One of them should be, and if it's not on there, go grab The Monster of Jekyll Island. Gonna blow your mind. Gonna blow your mind. And it's right there in Georgia. The island is right there in Georgia right now. And when you see from that, you're gonna link how the Titanic sunk and why it sunk. I told y'all, man, that shit sunk on purpose. And they monetized the shit. They make millions of dollars off that shit. But like I say, when you set the stage up, right? When you pick the audience, when you pick the players, when you set this whole game up, how can you lose? They set this shit all the way up. From the time you come out your mama, you go to school, you get that indoctrination, then you come out here in society where everything is placed to make the shit look real, right? You go to church so church makes you forget about that they fucking over us. Church is what stops the poor man from killing the rich man. Church makes you throw logic out the window. No matter how much they fucking you still gonna say, God gonna make a way for me to make this money to pay these bills. Man, God ain't put you here to pay no motherfucking bills. Who told you that? They did. They did. And then, like I say, you got prison. Prison is where you get cheap labor from. And also, prison is where they put people that don't comply with their bullshit, right? And the icing on the cake of that is they also get a group of people called law enforcement to run around and detain people and to go antagonize people and do this and that to people, all in the eyes of the law that they don't even provide by. I told y'all motherfuckers run around shooting people. Y'all think y'all the gangsters? No, Hillary Clinton, them the gangsters. Them the real motherfucking gangsters. Them the real gangsters. Huh? J. Edgar Hoover. The Alphabet Boys. Them the real gangsters. Go look up COINTELPRO. Them the real gangsters. Remember, this they system, bro. That's why I say, I'm gonna say it from black men, then from black to Latino, Spanish, even white men that's on a certain level. None of us can call ourselves men. Why? Because we live by what they tell us to do, not what God say do. The ones at the top. Remember, this is a corporatocracy. This is where the government and corporations controls and runs society. Go look up, it's called corporatocracy. Okay? And when you're born in America, you are considered a corporation. This is why your name in all caps. Any bill you get in the mail, that's your name in all caps. That's not your personal you, that's your straw man. That's the business entity of you. That's why when you go to court, they say, raise your hand if you such and such, and you say, yes, I am. You just said, I take responsibility for this fake, fictitious business entity that y'all created of me that I ain't even know shit about. Your name in all caps. So you are considered a corporation. And when you die, you are considered a corpse. which is a dead corporation. It's your boy Papa Duck, man. Make sure y'all put all your comments on the bottom of this video. This is a community where we all can learn from each other. Share the video, download it, put it on your page, show your friends, show your co-workers. I don't care, because we got to get this information out there, okay? And like I tell y'all all the time, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost, my boy. Yeah. But besides all this, man, y'all live life, man, be great, you know what I'm saying? But just understand, bro, don't die no damn fool, okay? Don't do that. Everything we've been taught from the time we was born was a bunch of bullshit. And you can see it for yourself if you open your eyes. Not these two, your third eye. These two eyes can be, they could be food. That's like seeing that juicy hamburger on the TV, and then you get to the spot and that shit don't look nothing like that. You've been deceived. But that third eye, when it comes to your frequencies, your chakras, and your feelings can't lie. That's what people don't understand. They ain't gonna teach you that. I don't care what nobody say, but the way you feel is the truth. Feelings are not set up to lie or deceive. Remember that. I'll get with y'all on the next one.